Welcome to Daily English Audio. In this video, we explore a powerful idea inspired by Th Introdden Path. Many people think wisdom comes only with age, but real wisdom is something we can build every day through our choices, our thinking, and our actions. This video will help you understand a simple but powerful lesson that can change the way you see life, problems, and success. Stay with us until the end, because the idea we share today may help you make better decisions and live a more meaningful life. Life often feels confusing. We face difficult choices, unexpected problems, and moments where we are not sure what to do. Some people react quickly and make emotional decisions, while others pause, think carefully, and choose wisely. This difference is not luck. It is wisdom. Wisdom is not just knowledge from books. It is the ability to understand situations clearly, learn from experiences, and make thoughtful decisions. When we begin to develop wisdom, our life slowly becomes more stable, more meaningful, and more purposeful. Understanding how wisdom works is the beginning of walking on the path of a better life. Point 1. Many people believe wisdom means knowing many facts or having a lot of education, but real wisdom is something deeper and more practical. Wisdom begins when a person learns how to observe life carefully. Instead of reacting quickly to every situation, a wise person takes time to think, understand, and see the bigger picture. For example, when something difficult happens, many people immediately feel angry, stressed, or afraid. But a wise person asks simple questions. What can I learn from this? Or what is the best action in this moment? This small pause creates space for better decisions. Over time, these better decisions build a stronger and more peaceful life. Wisdom also grows when we learn from both success and failure. Every mistake carries a lesson, and every challenge carries hidden knowledge. People who grow in wisdom do not waste their experiences. They reflect on them. They think about what worked, what failed, and what they can do differently next time. This habit slowly trains the mind to become calmer and clearer. Another important part of wisdom is listening. Wise people listen more than they speak. They observe people, understand different perspectives, and remain open to learning. Because of this, their understanding of life becomes deeper than those who only react or judge quickly. When a person begins to live in this way, they notice something surprising. Problems start to feel smaller, decisions become easier, and life feels more balanced. Wisdom does not remove difficulties from life, but it changes how we face them. Instead of feeling lost in every challenge, a wise person sees challenges as teachers. Step by step, this mindset builds confidence, patience, and inner strength. This is how the path of wisdom slowly begins. Point 2. One powerful part of wisdom is learning how to control our reactions. Many problems in life become bigger not because of the situation itself, but because of the way we respond to it. When people feel angry, disappointed, or stressed, they often react immediately. They say things they later regret or make decisions that create more problems. A wise person understands that emotions are natural, but reactions must be chosen carefully. Instead of reacting quickly, they pause and give themselves time to think. This simple habit can change many situations in life. When we pause before reacting, our mind becomes clearer. We begin to see details that we missed at first. For example, if someone says something rude, our first reaction may be anger. But if we stop and think, we may realize that the person is having a difficult day or dealing with stress. This understanding helps us respond calmly instead of creating conflict. Wisdom teaches us that not every situation needs a strong reaction. Sometimes silence, patience, or a simple response is the best choice. Another important idea is that wise people focus on what they can control. In life, there are many things outside our control: other people's opinions, unexpected problems, or past mistakes. When people try to control everything, they feel frustrated and tired. But wisdom helps us accept that some things cannot be changed. Instead of wasting energy on them, we focus on our actions, our attitude, and our next step. This way of thinking gives us more peace and strength. Over time, this habit creates emotional balance. Wise people still feel emotions like everyone else, but they do not allow emotions to control their decisions. They learn to stay calm in difficult moments and patient during uncertainty. This calm mindset helps them solve problems more effectively and maintain better relationships with others. Slowly, they develop a strong inner stability that protects them from unnecessary stress. Point 3. Another important aspect of wisdom is learning to see life from multiple perspectives. Many people make decisions quickly because they only see their own point of view, but a wise person tries to understand different angles. They ask questions like, how might someone else feel? Or what would happen if I try a different approach? This habit allows them to solve problems more effectively and avoid unnecessary conflicts. By considering other perspectives, they also develop empathy, which strengthens relationships and builds trust with others. Wisdom also involves knowing when to speak and when to listen, understanding that not every argument or opinion requires a response. This careful observation and thoughtful action create a life that feels more balanced, meaningful, and connected. Over time, practicing this approach helps a person respond to challenges with creativity, patience, and confidence, transforming everyday experiences into opportunities for learning and growth. Point 4. An essential part of wisdom is understanding the power of habits and daily choices. Many people think that wisdom is only about big decisions or life-changing moments, but in reality, wisdom grows through small, consistent actions. Every day we make countless decisions, some simple and some more complex, and the way we handle these small choices shapes the quality of our life over time. For example, choosing to remain calm during a stressful situation, deciding to listen carefully to someone's perspective, or taking a few minutes to reflect on the day before sleeping are all small actions that develop mental clarity and emotional strength. A wise person also learns to manage their time and energy carefully. They know that every hour spent mindlessly scrolling on social media, complaining, or worrying unnecessarily can weaken the mind and reduce focus. Instead, they focus on activities that build knowledge, strengthen relationships, and improve physical and mental health. Over time, these daily habits create a strong foundation that allows them to handle bigger challenges with confidence. Another key part of daily wisdom is self-reflection. Each night or during quiet moments, a wise person thinks about what they did, what they learned, and how they could act better in the future. This habit of reviewing actions, emotions, and decisions helps them notice patterns and avoid repeating mistakes. It also strengthens the ability to make decisions that are aligned with long-term goals rather than short-term impulses. Furthermore, a wise person understands that learning is continuous. They are open to new ideas, willing to change their mind, and ready to accept constructive feedback. They do not feel threatened by being wrong, because they know that mistakes are valuable teachers. This mindset allows them to grow steadily, gaining insight from each experience rather than being limited by fear, pride, or stubbornness. Through daily reflection, intentional habits. Point 5. A significant aspect of wisdom is understanding the value of patience and long-term thinking. Many people live in a world that rewards instant results and quick solutions, but true wisdom recognizes that the most important outcomes often take time to develop. Wise individuals know that rushing decisions, seeking immediate satisfaction, or reacting to every challenge impulsively can create more problems than solutions. Instead, they learn to pause, observe carefully, and consider the future consequences of their choices. This long-term perspective helps them prioritize what truly matters and avoid being distracted by trivial matters. Patience also allows them to build deeper relationships and stronger trust with others, as people naturally respect those who are thoughtful, consistent, and steady. Another important part of patience is accepting that growth, both personal and professional, rarely follows a straight line. There will be setbacks, mistakes, and unexpected obstacles, but wisdom teaches that these moments are opportunities to learn, adapt, and improve. By embracing challenges with calm and persistence, a wise person develops resilience and inner strength that cannot be gained through shortcuts or hasty actions. Furthermore, patience allows for better emotional control. Instead of reacting impulsively to frustration, disappointment, or anger, a wise individual evaluates the situation calmly and responds in a way that preserves harmony and creates positive outcomes. This careful approach reduces conflicts, strengthens decision-making, and increases overall life satisfaction. Over time, practicing patience and thinking ahead cultivates a sense of confidence and peace. People begin to notice that situations that once caused stress or panic are now manageable, and even complex problems can be solved with careful planning and thoughtful action. Ultimately, wisdom is a gradual accumulation of insight, experience, and perspective. By practicing patience. Point 6. An essential part of wisdom is learning how to balance confidence with humility. Many people believe that wisdom means always being certain or never making mistakes, but real wisdom comes from understanding our limitations and being open to growth. A wise person knows that they do not have all the answers and that every situation may offer new lessons. This mindset encourages them to listen carefully, ask questions, and seek advice when necessary, which in turn leads to better decisions and deeper understanding. Humility also allows them to accept constructive criticism without feeling attacked, and it makes them more approachable and respected by others. At the same time, wisdom involves confidence in one's abilities to act thoughtfully. This does not mean arrogance or overestimating one's knowledge, but rather trusting that with careful observation, reflection, and learning, one can make decisions that bring positive outcomes. Balancing confidence with humility also strengthens relationships. People are naturally drawn to those who are both capable and grounded, who can offer insight without being controlling or dismissive. Additionally, this balance helps in navigating challenges. When difficulties arise, a wise person neither doubts their ability to respond nor assumes they already know everything. Instead, they combine careful thought with steady action, adjusting as needed and learning from each experience. Over time, this approach builds inner strength and clarity, making life more manageable and rewarding. By embracing both humility and confidence, a person cultivates a mindset that is open, resilient, and capable of growth. Wisdom, therefore, is not just about knowledge or experience, but about the way we engage with the world, ourselves, and others with careful thought, respect, and courage. Those who practice this balance notice a profound transformation. They make better decisions, maintain healthier relationships, and approach life's challenges. Point 7. Another vital aspect of wisdom is the ability to embrace change and uncertainty. Life is unpredictable, and no matter how carefully we plan, unexpected events will always occur. Many people feel anxious, frustrated, or fearful when things do not go as expected, but a wise person learns to see change as a natural part of life and an opportunity for growth. They understand that uncertainty is not a threat but a chance to explore new possibilities, develop creativity, and strengthen resilience. Embracing change requires flexibility in thinking and the courage to let go of rigid expectations. For example, when faced with a sudden challenge at work or in personal life, a wise individual does not panic or cling to old solutions. Instead, they assess the situation, consider alternative paths, and choose the best course of action with calm and confidence. Wisdom also teaches patience during periods of uncertainty. Instead of forcing outcomes or rushing decisions, they allow time for clarity to emerge, trusting that careful observation and thoughtful reflection will guide them to the right choice. Moreover, embracing change encourages continuous learning. Life constantly provides new lessons, people, and experiences, and wisdom grows when we remain open to these lessons rather than resisting them. Over time, this mindset leads to emotional stability and inner strength, as challenges become opportunities to practice adaptability and problem-solving. People who embrace change notice a remarkable difference in their lives. They feel less stressed by unexpected events, more capable of handling difficulties, and more open to possibilities they may not have considered before. This ability to face the unknown with curiosity, patience, and careful action is a cornerstone of a wise life, allowing individuals to navigate complexity with confidence and grace, while turning every situation, positive or negative, into a chance for growth and meaningful progress. Point 8. A crucial element of wisdom is developing emotional intelligence, which means understanding and managing your own emotions while also recognizing and respecting the emotions of others. Many people underestimate how emotions influence decisions, relationships, and daily life. Without awareness, emotions like anger, fear, or jealousy can cloud judgment, create unnecessary conflicts, and lead to choices that cause regret. A wise person learns to notice their emotional state and reflect before acting. For instance, instead of reacting immediately when frustrated, they pause and ask themselves what response will lead to the best outcome. This practice prevents impulsive actions and helps maintain clarity in decision-making. Emotional intelligence also involves empathy, the ability to feel and understand what others are experiencing. By recognizing the feelings of others, a wise person can communicate more effectively, strengthen relationships, and reduce misunderstandings. They realize that conflicts often arise not from facts alone but from unmet emotional needs or miscommunication, so listening and validating others' feelings becomes a powerful tool. Furthermore, wisdom teaches balance. A wise person experiences emotions fully but does not allow them to control every choice. They know that feeling anger or sadness is natural, but responding with thoughtfulness ensures that actions are constructive rather than destructive. Developing emotional intelligence also improves resilience. Life presents stress, loss, and uncertainty, and a person with strong emotional awareness can navigate these challenges with calm, patience, and clarity. They are less likely to be overwhelmed by external circumstances and more capable of finding solutions or learning from experiences. Over time, cultivating emotional intelligence transforms not only personal life but also professional interactions, social relationships, and inner peace. People who practice this skill notice that life. Point 9. Another essential aspect of wisdom is the ability to set priorities and focus on what truly matters in life. Many people spend their energy chasing distractions, following trends, or worrying about things that have little long-term impact. A wise person learns to distinguish between what is urgent and what is important, dedicating time and effort to actions that create meaningful results. This skill begins with self-awareness. Understanding personal values, long-term goals, and the impact of choices on one's life and the lives of others. By focusing on priorities, they avoid wasting energy on unproductive conflicts, unnecessary stress, or fleeting desires. Wisdom also involves learning to say no. People who are wise understand that every commitment, every task, and every relationship consumes energy and time. Saying no to less important demands allows them to say yes to opportunities that align with their values and goals. This does not mean ignoring responsibilities or being selfish, but rather managing life intentionally, creating space for growth, learning, and meaningful connections. Additionally, focusing on priorities helps a wise person manage challenges more effectively. When problems arise, they can assess the situation calmly and identify which actions will have the most impact. They are less likely to react impulsively or waste time on issues that do not contribute to their goals or well-being. Another important element is consistency. Wisdom grows when people consistently align their actions with their values and long-term vision. Small, daily decisions that reflect careful thought and priority setting accumulate over time, creating a stable, balanced, and purposeful life. Furthermore, a wise person understands the importance of self-care in maintaining focus. Physical health, mental clarity, and emotional balance all support the ability to make thoughtful choices and pursue priorities effectively. Over time, this approach leads to greater. Point 10. An important dimension of wisdom is learning the value of gratitude and positive thinking. Many people focus on problems, difficulties, or what they lack, which creates stress, frustration, and a sense of dissatisfaction. A wise person understands that noticing the good in life does not ignore challenges, but it changes how they experience the world and respond to difficulties. By practicing gratitude regularly, whether for small everyday things, supportive people, or personal achievements, they build a mindset that is stronger, calmer, and more resilient. Gratitude also encourages perspective. When we recognize the positive aspects of life, we can see that challenges are temporary and that every problem carries lessons or opportunities. This awareness reduces anxiety and fosters hope, making it easier to handle setbacks with patience and determination. Positive thinking does not mean ignoring reality or pretending everything is perfect. It means choosing to focus on solutions, possibilities, and growth rather than being trapped by fear, negativity, or complaints. A wise person reframes problems as opportunities to learn, grow, and adapt. For example, a difficult situation at work can become a lesson in communication, patience, or creative problem solving, while a challenging personal relationship can teach empathy, understanding, and emotional control. Practicing gratitude and positive thinking also strengthens relationships. People naturally respond to optimism and appreciation with trust, respect, and cooperation. By expressing gratitude, a wise person builds a supportive environment around them and creates stronger social connections. Over time, these habits, reflecting daily on what is good, recognizing lessons in challenges, and focusing on constructive actions, create a life that feels richer, calmer, and more fulfilling. Mental clarity increases, stress decreases, and decision-making improves because the mind is trained to see possibilities. Point 11. Another key aspect of wisdom is the ability to build strong and meaningful relationships. Life is not lived alone, and the people around us, family, friends, colleagues, and even casual acquaintances, shape our experiences, happiness, and growth. A wise person understands that relationships require effort, understanding, and respect. They listen carefully, communicate openly, and show empathy, which helps them connect with others on a deeper level. Wisdom also teaches patience in relationships. Conflicts, misunderstandings, and differences of opinion are natural, but a wise person approaches these situations with calm, reflection, and a desire to find solutions rather than to win arguments. They understand that maintaining trust and respect is more valuable than being right in every situation. Furthermore, a wise person recognizes the importance of surrounding themselves with positive and supportive individuals. People who inspire growth, encourage learning, and share constructive perspectives strengthen one's ability to make thoughtful decisions and face challenges with confidence. At the same time, they limit exposure to toxic or negative influences that drain energy or cloud judgment. Another important part of relationships is generosity and kindness. Wisdom is expressed not only in knowledge or strategy but also in acts of support, encouragement, and understanding. By helping others without expecting immediate rewards, a person strengthens bonds and contributes to a more meaningful life for themselves and the community around them. Over time, these habits of listening, empathizing, supporting, and choosing the right people create a network of trust and connection that supports personal and professional growth. Life becomes richer and more stable because challenges are shared, successes are celebrated, and lessons are learned together. Building strong relationships, therefore, is not just a social skill, it is a vital part of wisdom that enhances. Point 12. A further essential part of wisdom is learning to embrace reflection and continuous self-improvement. Many people live on autopilot, reacting to daily events without pausing to think about their choices, behaviors, or long-term goals. A wise person, however, understands that growth comes from regular reflection on experiences, actions, and thoughts. By reviewing daily events, they can identify patterns, notice mistakes, and recognize areas where they can improve. Reflection also helps them appreciate successes and understand what led to positive outcomes, reinforcing good habits. This process of self-examination is not about self-criticism or dwelling on failures, but about understanding, learning, and taking actionable steps to do better in the future. Another key aspect is the commitment to continuous learning. A wise person is never satisfied with what they already know. They actively seek new knowledge, skills, and perspectives. They read, ask questions, observe the world, and remain curious, knowing that every experience, success or failure, contains valuable lessons. This attitude creates mental flexibility and resilience, enabling them to adapt to changing circumstances without losing clarity or purpose. Wisdom also encourages strategic thinking. By reflecting on past decisions and analyzing their consequences, a person learns to anticipate potential challenges, consider alternative approaches, and make choices that align with long-term goals rather than short-term impulses. This ability reduces stress and increases confidence because decisions are made thoughtfully rather than reactively. Furthermore, reflection nurtures emotional balance. When a person understands why they feel a certain way and what triggers strong emotions, they can respond more calmly and effectively. Over time, this combination of reflection, continuous learning, and self-awareness develops inner strength, mental clarity, and a sense of purpose. Life becomes more intentional. Point 13. Another vital element of wisdom is learning to manage stress and uncertainty with calmness and resilience. Life often presents challenges that are unpredictable, complex, or overwhelming, and many people respond with anxiety, frustration, or fear. A wise person, however, develops strategies to face these situations without being controlled by negative emotions. They understand that stress itself is not the problem, but how we respond to it shapes our experiences and outcomes. One key strategy is mindfulness, paying attention to the present moment without judgment. By observing thoughts and emotions rather than reacting immediately, a wise person creates mental space to respond thoughtfully and effectively. This practice allows them to maintain clarity even in high-pressure situations, making decisions based on reason rather than panic. Another approach is preparation and planning. While not every challenge can be predicted, anticipating potential difficulties and considering multiple solutions provides a sense of control and reduces the impact of uncertainty. Wise individuals also cultivate patience and flexibility. They accept that not everything will go according to plan and that unexpected changes are part of life. Instead of resisting or becoming frustrated, they adapt to new circumstances, find creative solutions, and continue moving forward with steady focus. Emotional regulation is another important aspect. A wise person recognizes the physical and mental signs of stress, such as tension, worry, or restlessness, and actively uses techniques like deep breathing, reflection, or short pauses to regain composure. Over time, these habits strengthen resilience, allowing the individual to face future challenges with confidence rather than fear. Wisdom also involves perspective, seeing difficulties as temporary and as opportunities to learn and grow. By reframing problems, they reduce the emotional weight of stress and make practical, solution-focused. Point 14. Approach: life becomes more balanced, and decisions are made with clarity rather than haste. A wise person realizes that challenges, mistakes, and unexpected events are not obstacles to happiness, but essential teachers that shape character, strengthen resilience, and expand understanding. They view difficulties as temporary and focus on actions they can control, rather than worrying about uncontrollable circumstances. Over time, this habit of responding thoughtfully to stress and uncertainty builds inner peace, emotional stability, and confidence. Another aspect is learning to prioritize rest and self-care. Wisdom teaches that physical health, mental clarity, and emotional well-being are essential for facing life's challenges effectively. By maintaining a balanced lifestyle, incorporating rest, reflection, and mindful activities, a person strengthens their capacity to handle difficulties without being overwhelmed. Additionally, wise individuals cultivate optimism and hope, not as a denial of reality, but as a conscious choice to focus on possibilities, solutions, and growth. This perspective reduces fear, increases resilience, and encourages proactive behavior. They understand that setbacks are temporary, that learning comes from every experience, and that persistence, patience, and adaptability are far more valuable than immediate success. Relationships also benefit from this mindset, as calm, resilient individuals can support others, offer guidance, and create harmonious environments even in difficult situations. By practicing calmness, flexibility, self-care, and positive thinking in the face of stress and uncertainty, a person gradually transforms their life. They become more capable of navigating complex situations, making better decisions, and maintaining meaningful connections. Life, viewed through this lens of thoughtful awareness, becomes not only manageable but rewarding and purposeful. In essence, mastering stress and uncertainty is a cornerstone. Point 15. Finally, wisdom involves developing a sense of purpose and understanding the deeper meaning behind actions and experiences. Many people go through life focusing only on immediate goals, daily routines, or external rewards, without considering how their choices connect to long-term values or personal growth. A wise person reflects on what truly matters to them and seeks to align daily actions with their broader purpose. This clarity provides direction in life, making decisions easier and more intentional, and reducing the feeling of being lost or overwhelmed. Purpose also acts as a guide during difficult times. Challenges, setbacks, and uncertainty become more manageable when a person understands how each experience contributes to their growth, learning, and future goals. Wisdom teaches that life is a continuous journey of learning, reflection, and meaningful action, rather than a series of random events. Another crucial aspect of purpose is contribution. Wise individuals recognize that life gains deeper meaning when their actions positively impact others and the world around them. Helping, Teaching, supporting, or simply acting with integrity transforms ordinary actions into meaningful experiences. This perspective creates satisfaction, fulfillment, and a lasting sense of accomplishment that goes beyond material success. Additionally, a sense of purpose encourages consistency and resilience. When goals and actions are guided by clear values, distractions, temptations, and temporary failures have less power to derail progress. Every choice, big or small, becomes an opportunity to move closer to the life one truly desires. Over time, living with purpose transforms daily routines into intentional practices, challenges into lessons, and interactions into meaningful connections. The combination of reflection, emotional intelligence, patience, adaptability, and alignment with one's core values results in a life that feels coherent, fulfilling, and guided. Thank you for watching this journey into the Lessons of Wisdom path on Daily English Audio. We have explored how wisdom grows through reflection, patience, emotional awareness, and purposeful action. Remember, wisdom is not something you gain instantly. It is built step by step, choice by choice, and moment by moment. By practicing calm thinking, observing life carefully, learning from challenges, and focusing on what truly matters, you can transform everyday experiences into opportunities for growth and meaningful living. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Each small action you take toward learning and self-improvement brings you closer to a wiser, more balanced, and fulfilling life. Walk your path of wisdom with curiosity, patience, and courage, and watch how your decisions, relationships, and inner peace grow stronger each day. Remember, the journey itself is as important as the destination.